Open, Salmon on his own down there with McCormack. Derek Shaw wins, but out of the centre, Waterson along the ground through Allen. Chance for Danaher. Van der Haar to Danaher, going past delightfully as hand pass slightly missed him, but still a chance. Baker for goal.
Opportunity, and the hand pass was a bit high, wide and Hanson, but Baker did not do it well. Salmon in front. Terry Danaher above both of them. Well, he was into someone's back. And it's Salmon to take it. Well, Danaher came in from behind. Salmon was in front, and I guess it was Derek Shaw who was the culprit.
Yeah, pretty tough decision, I think, Doug. He was really in the sandwich, and it would have looked as though Danaher's pressure from behind is what pushed him into Salmon's back.
Well, Salmon's only about 15 to 20 metres out from goal for the first goal of the match. Not a good kick, and maybe some justice, Mike.
Yes, there may be some justice. A very unusual free to pull out so early in the game, particularly given the weight of Danaher coming into the back of the pack there. Essendon with a big following breeze too at the moment.
McCormack to kick into the breeze. Good kick too. To half-back flank. On his own, Morwood. Mark Pade. Quickly out he goes. And from half-back flank up to centre wing. Banks. Sporbug, Duckworth. And a boundary throw-in.
Here's Tony Shaw, his first kick back after suspension. What a prolific kick getter he has been through the season. Now it's Derek Shaw. Over the back, Tony Shaw again. Jeffrey Rains dodged beautifully. His hand pass was too slick for Taylor. Taylor lost it. Eventually Tony Shaw again. And the mark is taken on half-back flank. And down comes Gary Folds.
To Merritt. Duckworth up to half forward. Oh, great mark over the back. Man in front paid Terry Danaher. Danaher with the breeze. Won't quite make it. Salmon from the back. Van der Haar in front. Off the hands. Salmon. Yes. Salmon gets his first goal for the match in the opening 3.5 minutes.
Yes, it was set up pretty nicely, the ball falling over the pack to Salmon, but really Paul Morwood should have punched away from Danaher at centre half forward. Danaher took an easy mark in front of Morwood. He had plenty of opportunity to punch and failed to do so.
Roger Merritt wants to go straight at Shaw to see if he can worry him. Took it pretty well that time too. And then that untidy pack falls on top of the ball. And we'll have the usual 20-plus players now waiting for the bounce by umpire James. Huge pack of players now. Merritt might get a big one. Shaw's doing pretty well against him. Tony Shaw again. Dacos on the half-back line. Kicks it across to centre wing position. Nice play there by Essendon. Well picked up by Donnell. Donnell then hooks it downfield. Van der Haar. Punched away. In front, Thompson. Thompson down past Salmon and McKenna. McKenna's in front and gets a beaut bounce. Hooks it back very quickly. Down comes Tony Shaw for yet another touch. Picked up by Richardson. Richardson nicely across to the half-back flank. Here's clever football. A long hand pass goes back to centre wing. Jeffrey Rains in trouble. Across it goes and nicely taken there by Eade. And Eade towards centre half forward Gary Shaw. Jeffrey Rains sends a long one downfield. David Cloak from behind, and Walsh hits it away and hits it through for 1 point.
Yes, Cloak in disappointing position then, I thought. He would have done well given the way the wind is to be in front of that, in front of Walsh on that occasion.
Walsh kicks in. Half-back flank. Oh, through Carey it goes to Tony Shaw. He threads the hand pass out. Goes out to Gary Shaw, pops it over the top. Bumbling kick along the ground. Charging straight through Duckworth. Baker gathers well. Crash to the ground. High, says the umpire. Free kick to Leon Baker.
Baker on half-back flank on the outer side of the ground. Kicks to the centre, looking for Van der Haar. Eads there with him. Dacos is the elusive one. Caught. Dodges beautifully. Dodges another one. High into the wind it goes and stalls and falls in front. Banks can't take it. Richardson with it. Hand pass is not good. Duckworth. Left foot's back towards centre half forward. Van der Haar again pushed out and will take the free kick.
Alan Eade has a very big assignment on Paul Van der Haar in his first league game. Van der Haar looks for Danaher to come from behind Morwood. Morwood almost the mark in front. Play on, says the umpire. And the umpire penalises the Essendon man, Eustace, for one-handing the ball out. Free kick to Allen, who switches direction towards the outer side. On the wing, Abernethy and folds, and the ball takes a leg break out of bounds.
Play very much on the outer side of the ground. That's where the wind is pushing it all the time. Merritt in front. Tony Shaw underneath it nicely. Abernethy steadies and sends it long to the pocket. Williams the target, and Williams did it beautifully. Right on the line he must have been, but splendid judgment. Short passes, umpire says no. Abernethy was the man who made the lead, the old Port Adelaide friends, but the umpire's blown the whistle to indicate Williams has got to come back and take his kick again. And that was bad luck. Collingwood kicking against the breeze. Every goal will be an achievement into this breeze. It's very, very firm. Williams now kicks for goal. High, off direction, one behind.
It is a firm breeze, Doug. One of the effects, though, with that stand there is that there's a little bit of a wind tunnel that brings the ball back into the goals from about 20 yards out. So it is possible to score from there.
Well, mighty kick towards the centre of the ground. Tony Shaw is there. Eustace. Long to Salmon. One out with McCormack. It clears them both. Chance for Danaher with Morwood. Well done, Shane Morwood. Beautiful football out of defence to half-back flank. Essendon there in numbers, but the ball out of play. Well done, Morwood.
Yes, it looked to be Terry Danaher's ball, that one, and Morwood got out of it beautifully. Van der Haar and Derek Shaw. Good tackle by Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw is distraught there. Says it should have been mine. The umpire disagrees. It'll be bounced. From the bounce, half-forward flank, the Bombers in attack. Van der Haar up. The hand pass is long and high. Terry Danaher and Morwood fighting for it. Williams does it very nicely. Kick is smothered. Turner caught. Coming through strongly as always, Danaher. Turner fights for it. Allen with it. And another untidy pack, and the umpire's forced to bounce again.
So it could have been a free kick to Allen for a high tackle.
Yes, I would have thought so.
Well within scoring distance for the Bombers. Salmon in ruck. The bounce misses him totally. Allen, well done. Good hand pass over the top to Eade. He's got a break on Van der Haar. Eade up the half-forward flank. Richardson to run onto it. Delightful. Puts it out in front. Williams. Oh, great football, Collingwood. Mark Williams right in front. And any goal scored into the breeze in the first quarter is like a nugget of gold. Distance 30 metres. He's done it.
Might get another kick.
Might need it.
Yes, he does need it.
He does get another kick. 15-metre penalty. Well, he could fudge it through marble fashion from here.
He must have been pretty long fudger.
That was always a check.
Yeah, sure. I'll accept that one. Here comes Williams, the captain of Collingwood, kicks it high and kicks it straight into the Sherrin stand, over the top. A wonderful goal. And what an important goal that was.
It was a vital goal, although words come that in the seconds that turned out to be the scoring end, despite the fact the wind is going down the ground, and certainly one would expect the scoring end to be down the Salmon's end of the ground at the moment. And I guess to back up an earlier comment, Williams did the right thing there in being in front. The ball dropping a little bit into the wind, and he took it very comfortably in front of the pack.
Back at centre bounce. Yes, I agree. Front position's the only position up in front of the Sherrin stand. Rains for it. Eustace. Hand pass. Downfield from Waterson. Danaher in front. Oh, big leap by Van der Haar. Down it goes from Williams. Salmon. Awkward. McCormack. Off his fingers through for one behind. And it gets down pretty quickly. And McCormack will kick out.
Scores level. Comes to the back of the pack to Folds, who pops it up to centre half forward. Too long for Watson. Turner gets himself in front. Allen, Thompson caught, holding the ball. And the free kick to Allen, who's been a good player for the Magpies.
Gee, Thompson showed some endeavour and courage there. A little bit unlucky, I felt. Allen, a lovely left footer out wide. Richardson and Bradbury. Bang goes Rains into trouble. Watson his first kick. Downfield it goes, a nice tumbling mark by Turner. Or is it Eade? It's Eade. He's doing well against Van der Haar.
Oh, word he is. Baker gets a fingertip to it. Collingwood there in numbers, though. And it'll be a free kick to Derek Shaw. And the Magpies doing well to be level. 12 minutes into the first quarter. Rains unmarked. Need a long one. It's a beautiful kick to the goal square. What a great kick! Oh, magnificent goal by Rains. And that is Richmond form from 1980 for Jeff Rains.
Well, good play by Shaw. He sees Rains unmarked, gives across a very accurate kick, and Rains doesn't seem to quite get onto the kick, but nevertheless it bends back in, and a little bit of holding in the goal square really helps Collingwood out here.
Umpire James, Meriton Shaw. Shaw's not showing any lack of courage, which is well done. Nice play Morwood. Lost the run of it. Really untidy packs developing at that centre bounce each time as they cannot get it away. And it'll be bounced once again. It'll be Merritt and Shaw to contest another 20 people around them. Over they go. Danaher cleverly out wide to Elshaw. Elshaw down there. Salmon a wonderful chance. Wonderful anticipation. Williams. Goal. Wonderful scouting. That was typical, beautiful Rover scouting. Interesting to reflect, Mike. He could have had that first goal that Salmon got too, so he's done well.
Yes, he's done very well. It's a good kick from Elshaw. He really put a lot of weight behind it, looking for Salmon, who they know is on his own. Salmon, I think, is going to find it a bit awkward today with the wind, and Williams picked it up very quickly, and as you say, could easily have 2 goals at this stage.
Scores level at the 13.5-minute mark in the first term. Derek Shaw wins out of the middle. It's taken away. Banks puts it out towards the forward pocket. It swings back with the breeze. Cloak is there. Goes off the hands and through for a behind, which is enough to put Collingwood in front by that 1 point.
A lot of this breeze is to the side, I think. They're kicking long distances from the grandstand side into the breeze. And out wide it goes towards centre wing. Derek Shaw, the big leaper over the top. Baker in front. Out to open territory. Tony Shaw after. It'll go past him. Eden. Van der Haar, quite brilliant. But back it goes towards Turner. No, it's not. It's Brown. Brown then hooks it back towards half-back flank, and Eade over his shoulder it goes, and Abernethy takes the mark.
And Alan Eade doing well in his first game of league football. Abernethy's kick holds up just over the wing. Duckworth down to Baker. 2 former West Perth players. Through goes Carey, but went without the ball. Slapped up the ground for Collingwood. Hurried kick towards half forward, and the mark there to Dacos. It's difficult for Dacos into the breeze from that side of the ground. They've proved they can kick long from the broadcast side. Short pass. Rains picks up. Kicked a wonderful goal a moment ago. High to the goal square. Cloak is there. Thumped away by Walsh. And the ball out of play in the forward pocket.
Well, Rains is killing Baker in the centre of the ground with his constructive play up forward. And they come again over the back. Nicely picked up by Elshaw. Dacos tackles him well. Well played, Peter. Ooh, the fists are going in. And Peter Dacos is to take the free. He was pushed. Plays it short. Rains the target again. Rains about kick number 5, I think, and it's out wide it goes. Underneath it, the chance for Collingwood. 2-1 it is. Well done, Turner. Not a good hand pass. Merritt could have taken a free. His hand pass is smothered. Duckworth in trouble. Gets it into open territory. The opportunity for Turner again. Kicks hurriedly. In front, Bradbury. Richardson high above him. Dennis Banks shoots for goal. Hand passes it through. What a tragedy. He could have kicked the goal. Captain was waiting in the 10, or right on the line, and he hand passed over his head.
But Collingwood showing enough to give hope that this will be a really hard-fought contest. They're going forward again. Through goes Tony Shaw, but taken out of defence. Baker switches direction. Van der Haar in front. Eade goes the spoil. Hits the back to Allen. Oh, it's come unstuck. Eustace met by Rains. Oh, the umpire said high tackle. I couldn't see that. He was playing the ball. Free kick to Eustace. Eustace long with the breeze. Salmon's there, almost with one hand. Off hands to Williams again. Within goal scoring distance, but it won't make it. Morwood's back there near the goal square. Salmon charges onto it and goals! Great goal by Paul Salmon.
Well, the Collingwood backs won't be very happy with that one. A bit of a bad bounce, and they didn't really run hard at the ball when the opportunity was there. Really very, very expensive. Salmon uses opportunity very well. And the replay, Williams coming round, I think really trying to kick a goal. I just didn't really get onto it. The ball bounced badly. I think a couple of the Collingwood guys could have really fought hard to get to it, but Salmon running a bit hot really, picked the bounce well and kicked an easy goal.
Merritt. Oh, good punch. Danaher. Well played. Dacos being quite an influence. Bradbury out there wide with Richardson. Brilliant spoil by Michael Richardson. Goes careering out to the half-forward flank. Long hand pass to Cloak. Nicely taken away by Watson. And here comes the brilliant Timothy. Off he goes with that typical jaunty run. Steadies himself and hooks it back for Danaher. Danaher's got it back to Watson. Watson too far out to score, I think. Then boots towards an open goal. It'll be close, but bounces through for one behind. Well, that proppy strange run, but he's a great player.
Tremendous support too. Like once he disposed the ball, he kept going and tried to make another creative opportunity for his players.
Kicked in quickly. Big pack. Knocked to the front. All Collingwood there. And they come away through Taylor. Chest mark out there to Williams, forward of the wing. His left footer, inside centre half forward. Salmon's there with McCormack. Salmon can't bring it down. Derek Shaw at the back. Over the top to Eade. Plenty of kicks in his first game. Pops it up towards half-back flank. Kelly. Caught by Donnell. Play on. Tapped by Kelly. Intercepted by Waterson. Is kicked back to full forward. Salmon from behind. McCormack in front. And Peter McCormack comes away to Allen.
Allen at centre half-back. A driving left foot kick towards Tony Shaw. 2-1 against him. Down he goes. Nicely picked up by Waterson. Waterson straight to Collingwood. Nicely taken by Michael Taylor. Taylor was going to hand pass. Changed his mind. Dangerous pass. Oh, umpire, I doubt it. I really doubt it. But the free kick is going to go to Tony Kelly.
Short passes to the wing. Eade again beating Van der Haar. Puts it out in front of Allen, which is not a good hand pass. Allen follows up though. Spin turns through Carey. Somehow slips it to Gary Shaw. He centres. Williams leads from the goal square. Big punch away. Chance for Collingwood. Abernethy. Left foot snap back to the goal square. Diving mark missed by Duckworth. Still a chance for Collingwood. Oh, was that man pushed in the back? He was. Free kick as Dacos was coming around Goldwoods, and the free kick to Dennis Banks.
Yes, Duckworth, I think, a little disappointed with himself for dropping the flying mark. And we see it on the replay with he's clearly pushed.
Well, it's exciting football, and Collingwood are doing particularly well. Banks, who gave a goal away just a minute ago in tragedy circumstances. Some recompense, kicks a fine goal from some excellent play, but that hand pass that he did over the top of his captain to hand pass through for a point he'll remember a long time. Yes.
There we see Duckworth missing what was quite an easy opportunity, really. The ball then coming to Banks, and a pretty poor tackle, really, by Doug Cox.
into the breeze, leading by a point at the 21-minute mark of the first term. Shaw almost clean possession, taken away by Williams. High kick to centre half forward. A great early leap by Van der Haar. Stayed up long enough to take the chest mark. He'll kick it from here with a decent breeze behind if he goes for it. Looks for Salmon. Half volley, no mark. McCormack does well. Oh, Taylor in trouble. Off the ground by Salmon, and now the ball out of play.
Oh, geez, good Salmon. You know, he hasn't marked at all well, but his amazing agility for someone of 6'9" has been evident in this first term. Terry Danaher above them again. Gets it out wide to Baker. He threw it. He threw it, yes, no doubt. And what a competitor Danaher is, all the same. Now, Shane Morwood. Yeah, Danaher went over the mark a bit there. Richardson. Great leap to Nell. Watson tackled. Oh, that was tough.
Red hot.
That was tough, and the free kick goes to Richardson.
Michael Richardson from half-back flank steers the pass for Turner. Still well behind the centre. Turner, a longer kick over the wing. Banks is there. Duckworth punches. Donnell around the boundary line. Unmarked as Van der Haar. Too long for him. Eade comes in to tap away delightfully from Bradbury. And the Collingwood fans who've seen Alan Eade, a former professional cyclist, play well in the reserves, are pleased with his debut.
Yes, and rightly so. It's a long way to go. Here's Van der Haar very cleverly back to Elshaw. Elshaw shoots for goal. It's off direction and one behind. And that was a clear illustration of which the attacking side of the ground is.
That's right, and the wind really also making quite a difference at the boundary throw-ins and the centre bounces with the ball drifting around a lot.
McCormack's kick is good to the outer side. Danaher hands to it, couldn't complete the mark. Morwood, his opponent, forces a ball up. Nothing in it. 3-4 apiece at the 22.5-minute mark in the first quarter. Half forward flank for the Bombers. Merritt wins the tap. Goes goalwards. Dacos back in defence to win kicks. Rains playing well. Turner. Oh, good spin. Beautiful football. Out to Kelly. Taking a while to gather, but he taps it for Gary Shaw, and then he fumbles, and Carey intercepts for the Bombers.
Out to Foles. Foles long. Danaher will be late with a leap and can't make it. Nicely taken, Brown, and safely taken. Brown on half-back flank. Target is Banks. Carey went a mile too early into his opponent's back. That was terrible football. And the free kick goes to Banks.
15 metres. And it'll be 30 now.
Very undisciplined play by Essendon, could be very expensive for them.
Well, they're experts at giving away the 15s, but they don't want to give away 30s. That was Merritt.
And not once you start getting forward of centre.
Kick by Banks. Holds up into the breeze. Oh, crash of bodies. Tony Shaw. No, it's Williams. Somehow inboard to Tony Shaw from the boundary line. Oh, a miracle mark to Dacos.
High on.
It didn't go 10 metres, said the umpire, and he'll call for a ball up. That was a slips catch. Bob Simpson would have been pleased with that one.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision too. It certainly didn't look 10 metres from here.
Well, I think he would like to see the batsman walk.
Back to football. Well played, Cloak. Umpire finds a free kick somewhere. Merritt, Elshaw, Bradbury. Half-back flank, grandstand side. Ooh, nasty stuff, Banks, when he tried to get past Elshaw. A long kick by Bradbury. Allen's in front of his opponent. Over the line he goes with his opponent Eustace tackling him. It's out of bounds, centre wing position.
Credit to Elshaw then. He didn't respond at all to that. He just went on with the game and decided to play football.
Derek Shaw and Van der Haar. Shaw wins. Elshaw now. Long and high to centre half forward. Danaher and Morwood. Danaher did it well to keep it going goalwards. Salmon, nobody back in the goal square, but Collingwood covering it with running. Taylor. Short pass, bit of danger. Gary Shaw takes a strong mark under pressure.
Yes, he did it well.
It's the professional 15 yards again.
Tabernacle.
Yes, another 15 metres, as Michael says, the professional one. It was nice play, Michael Taylor. A great pass. Dangerous one, but he did it well. Clokey missed it. Duckworth lost it. Was it Walsh? Walsh it was, yes. And it's over the line, out of bounds. Well, at centre wing position, Collingwood 3-4, Essendon 3-4. Collingwood will be happy with the first term. The breeze is certainly favouring Essendon. Walsh lost it. And there we'll find yet another bounce on the defensive side of the ground, which is the outer side. And from the bounce, a contrary one. Cloak underneath it. Oh, free to Thompson, I thought. He'll take it. On quickly down towards centre half forward to the battling Danaher. Shaw, the big leap. Plays on very well, does Big Derek. Kicks it long. Coming towards it, Roger. Down he goes, did Merritt. Badly handled that time, but there's a chance now for Walsh. Awkward looking kick, but it's well directed. Out to Eustace. Unlucky bounce. Great tackle. He held it a long time. Donnell then hooks it back and looking for Captain Danaher again. He cannot get the flight of it as it swings with the breeze. Nice play from Brown. Out to Morwood.
This is good play by Collingwood out of defence. Taylor up to the wing. Turner. Oh, he was off. Baker catches him. Umpire allows him to go back and take a deliberate kick. Richardson offers a short lead. Well, that's not well directed. Merritt on his own marks at half-back. You're a bit late. It'll be a 15-metre penalty against Tony Shaw. Merritt has a big task to fill the shoes of Simon Madden today. Eustace in front. Good catch in front of Allen. Just forward of the wing. Wheels round onto the right boot. Too long for Danaher. Salmon!
I think he thought it was going to hit him on the chest, the Collingwood man.
Paul Salmon has kicked 2 goals in the first quarter. 2 goals, 1 in fact. And this breeze is just about right behind his back. So the 55 metres may not trouble him. Beautiful kick, but it swings away. 2-2 for Salmon.
Well, Sheedy's recognised the constructive play of Rains and he's moved Tim Watson in as his opponent. Short one out by McCormack is beautifully directed to Shaw, who made an easy one difficult. Derek Shaw's done well. And that's nice football too. Brown steadies and sends it very long out towards Cloak. Walsh in trouble. Cloak brilliant. Bad luck, an awkward bounce. Downward Abernethy. Walsh over the top of him. And the free kick is going to go to Walsh and he plays it quickly to Watson. He's caught. Balks beautifully. Gets his kick under pressure. Baker takes the mark.
Told to play on. Baker swings it to centre half forward. Danaher and Morwood. At the back, Derek Shaw. Doing all right. Good kick into the breeze to centre half forward. Cloak in front, clears him. Knocked up in the air by Duckworth. No advantage to the team. Walsh takes clean possession and is barreled by Cloak. But the ball held to him, says the umpire. Cloak looking for a free kick, but it'll be a ball up.
Have you ever heard anything like that Collingwood stand? It's inspiring, isn't it?
If you're a Collingwood supporter.
Yep. Merritt went a mile too early again. Could have been a free to Cloak, it is. Merritt's been very erratic. And David Cloak, who's played against many like Merritt, was unperturbed and comes in now from about 65 to 70 metres. The awkward kicking style of David. Big pack, Walsh in front. Down they go on top of the ball and the umpire will bounce it again.
Essendon lead by a point. We've had 5 minutes of time on. Only 6 goals kicked between them, 3 each, so there won't be much time on. Not much time to go. Last chance for Collingwood here. What's that one? Tony Shaw goes down, no whistle. Kicked out of defence. Still a chance for Collingwood, but the siren goes just as Watson was about to dash away. And an entertaining and excellent first quarter sees Essendon lead by a point after they had first use of the breeze.
Yeah, 3 times level change, 7. And Collingwood with 3 more threes.
3 times 11.
3 times that level, yeah. Well, that's what Tom says.
Yeah, he wouldn't tell a fib, would he?
Oh, he's not saying it, is he?
He often does.
Someone's had 12 kicks, you say. He's got his thumb on 12 kicks.
Oh,
that's a lot of kicks.
It was him doing
It'll be Morwood. It'd be Morwood. Even before he played, Morwood was going to get 35 kicks.
Why is that?
Well, Tom's a mate of the Morwood family.
Oh, I see. I shouldn't have said that thing about Shane Morwood not punching from behind him.
No, you're gone, Fitzy.
No credibility with the statistician.
No credibility whatsoever. And they're putting us through to the brooms again, are they?
Righto, some highlights. Good quarter, but I haven't got that many highlights.
The bruise is making it a bit hard.
Good bounce it was too. Merritt, Shaw with a big leap. Nice strong play, Jeffrey Rains, then lost the run of it. Diving on it was Watson very courageously. Out wide it goes to Eustace. He then sends it downfield where Eads in great position once again. Well played, Van der Haar. Well played, Van der Haar. And the umpire's going to throw it in. I thought he'd signalled a free. That's why I hesitated in astonishment.
Ball held in. Umpire calls for a ball up. Essendon with a 1-point lead after quarter time. Collingwood now with the breeze. Hurried kick out of a big pack by Taylor. Mark low to the ground drop. Picked up by Dacos, showing great skills today. Kick inside half forward. Goes to the back. Taken by Cox. Sweeps it to Walsh. Bad kick by Walsh. Shocker. Out of bounds on the full. He had many options.
Well, he particularly had a running option from Doug Cox there, which was an excellent option. He chose to go on his left foot.
It was a shocker he missed, wasn't it, Mike? It was a terrible one. And here, redeeming the situation, the mark is taken by Folds. That really was. Cox, who's the speediest man on the side, was really bolting. Terry Danaher, great leap, almost took it too. Play on. Hand pass comes over the back, lost by Baker, and then, as we've seen so often, and so often do in these windy conditions, a pack, but the umpire's found a free kick, and it's to go Collingwood's way. Looks like Michael Taylor. And Taylor out wide, looking for Richardson. Bradbury's with him. Richardson's got a good leap. Claims it, and it's awarded.
Too far out to score. Williams leads from the goal square. Made his lead a bit too early. Cloker's down there. 15-metre penalty. Bradbury over the mark. And now Mike Richardson is within kicking distance. Bad mistake.
Eustace cutting across the mark was the one that really cost him.
Richardson goes for goal. Looks all right, slightly right. And a behind levels the scores in the opening 2 minutes of the second quarter.
You're right, Doug. They're trying to play this broadcast wing flank, bringing the ball out the side. And Essendon will try and play the other flank defensively.
Yes, defensive as Cox goes out very wide, handled by Kelly. Awkward bounce for Dacos. In trouble, nicely played there by Williams. Boots it downfield, over the back it comes, and here's Brown. Brown always solid. Lovely short pass out to Weed, and Van der Haar stands on his mark.
High kick by Eade to centre half forward. Big pack of players. Comes to the front. Tony Shaw paddles for himself. Gathers, then loses. That'll be a ball up at centre half forward.
You're going to see plenty of those today. Windy conditions making it very, very difficult to mark. Ball on the ground so often. Players tumbling all over the top of it. Umpire Robinson. David Cloak wins it. Picked up by Bradbury. Lost by Bradbury. Recovers. Pushed. And will take a free kick for a tackle when not in possession. Bradbury been pretty quiet. Now kicks to the outer side. That defensive side. Shocking kick. And a lovely tumbling mark by Kelly. Kelly plays on quickly. Boots it downfield. Cloak almost took a good one. Cox hand passes straight to Richardson. Richardson dropped it. And Robinson's letting it go. Gary Shaw shoots for goal and puts it right through. Well, he really let it go.
Yes, he let it go, but on the other hand, in these difficult conditions, it's possibly not the worst thing to do. Richardson really had the ball hit out of his hand. There's an effort then to tunnel the ball out, which was done by a Collingwood player, and then goes into Shaw's hands, who kicked very truly, didn't really have a lot of time, and it was a good effort.
Bounce of the ball favours Collingwood with the breeze. Derek Shaw off the ground, goes past Duckworth, but he gathers the bouncing ball well. Thompson up to centre half forward. Brown's been a good sweeper. Puts it out wide. Taylor. Just inside the boundary line at right half back. Bang, goes with his longest kick towards centre wing. Banks, good mark. Nothing Merritt could stop him. Kick by Banks down towards half forward flank. Richardson and Shaw. Richardson gathers. Williams been a fine player for Essendon. This kick astray. Banks again. Cloak spills off to Tony Shaw. Out wide to Dacos. Oh, beautiful skills, Peter Dacos. This is the sort of play we'd like to see. Across the face of ground. Open goal coming up for Turner, who misses.
He would have been well advised to go back and take his kick, I think, given the difficult wind circumstances and the man coming in from his right-hand side.
Yes, if Everson play deserved a goal, that one did. Cox out wide. Merritt in front went far too early again. Fouls there, runs into his teammate a bit, and the hand pass downfield towards Elshaw is unsuccessful because it's too wide and it's out of bounds. On that defensive side of the ground, once again, where play gets bottled up.
Been very successful at locking it in there, haven't they, Essendon?
Merritt. Nicely downfield there by Waterson. Brown again. Hand pass towards Gary Shaw is danger. Nicely taken there. Taylor boots it out wide. Lovely pass to Richardson. Oh, that was perfectly kicked. Richardson short out to Rains. And Rains is having a wonderful time around that half-forward line. He may as well kick for goal. He can easily make it with the wind, can Jeffrey Rains. In he comes and kicks it long. It won't make it. Right on the teeth of the goal. Cloak goes up. Williams comes across. Down he goes. Nicely played by Cox, who can really run. Off he goes away from Cloak. Goes again and boots Essendon out of danger.
Eustace at the back for the spoil, taken away by Darren Williams of Essendon, been an excellent player. Centering kick, Mike Richardson again. Oh, courage as he charged at that one, took a high tackle and will take a free kick. Umpire allows play to go on. Gary Shaw takes the free. Rains again, 15 metres in the clear. Pops it up to the forward pocket. Abernethy, good mark. Pressure from Donnell couldn't spoil Bruce Abernethy. And with the breeze right at his back, he's not without a chance, even though the angle is pretty narrow. Distance 45 metres. Good kick. Right to the goal square, just offline for a behind.
Well, Tim Watson's been moved away again, and now Bradbury's on Rains at this stage. It's hard to work out what sheet he's done. That's the third opponent he's got for Rains. Douglas Cox kicks straight to Richardson. Missed it. Turner hooks it back. Bradbury. Oh, Cloak, he was in front of him. I thought it was going to go past David Cloak. And the big fellow swallowed it onto that bulky chest. His first mark. And the ex-Tiger champion, who's given great service to Collingwood, comes in from about 35 metres out, stabs it and stabs it beautifully. Well, that was a good one, Mike.
Yes, it was excellent. Excellent football by the Collingwood side. Cloak reading the play very well too, I think. Just dropped himself into position off some loose play. Ball just sort of squeezed out from between a couple of players, and Cloak just reading the play nicely, put himself in the right space, and no one watching him.
14-point lead to the Magpies, which would surprise many. Elshaw folds up to half forward, holding up in the breeze. Danaher a big leap. Off hands to Eade, who's caught, but he gets the hand pass back. And out of trouble they are through Brown. Good running mark by Baker.
Baker's been quiet, but that was an excellent mark, and kicks it straight to Gary Shaw. Straight to the opposition. Gary Shaw, the speedster. Boots it out wide, looking for Abernethy and Richardson. Diving on it was Donnell, picked up by Richardson, well played. Allen hooks it back, and Jeff Rains. Roger Merritt will take him on, and Rains did it nicely. Carey didn't do it as well. Baker is with it. Across to Watson. Watson short with a lovely pass out wide, and here comes Eustace. Eustace steadies and tries a short one over the head of Salmon and Van der Haar. A diving tumble at it. No, it was little Darren Williams. Well, Blonde confused with Blonde, but it was aimed for Salmon. And Williams, who's been very effective in that forward pocket, comes in for his 8th kick. And that was really a wonderful tumbling mark. Well, look at that waving banner of Collingwood. Black and white there as Williams kicks it beautifully straight in amongst it. Well done. That's his second.
Yes, Williams has been very active on that forward line with Salmon, and between them I think they've kicked 4 of the 5 goals down there. They bring this ball up very well through Timmy Watson, pushing the ball across to Eustace, who then looks for Salmon, but unfortunately the pass is a little high. But Williams reading the ball nicely off the back of Salmon, and I guess really getting kicks off his coattails. Marks well.
Williams and Paul Salmon, 2 goals each in Essendon's 4 goals. Baker tackled when he didn't have the ball, tackled high, and will take the free kick. Gets support from Folds. His kick to half forward. Van der Haar in front. Oh, great effort there by Abernethy, who got back. The spills come out to Morwood. Morwood's kick towards half forward. Good mark, Duckworth. Abernethy, who backed into that pack, has really felt it. Duckworth's kick towards the centre. Desperation shown here by Collingwood player going through. It comes out to Turner. That was Kelly. Turner's high kick to centre half forward. Merritt's there. Cloak from behind. No mark. Rains a delightful hand pass to Tony Shaw. Unmarked in the goal square. Williams. Another goal coming up. Mark Williams' second goal.
That's very good news for the Collingwood side, because it shows they can bounce back after a goal being scored against them. Cloak coming from behind, probably should have been in front, but Rains picking the ball up well in front of the pack, giving the ball across quickly to Shaw, who saw the opportunity of Williams in the square and handballed much more truly than Dennis Banks did in the first quarter.
Umpire Robinson. Merritt brought it down with him. A wonderful smother by Turner, and thumps them into attack again. All held it. Just held it, did Walsh.
Walsh bounces away from Cloak. Kicks to half-back flank. Abernethy's recovered from that blow a minute ago. No man's land. Bradbury runs onto it. Puts it out in front. Nobody in particular there. Banks. Hurried kick by Foles to centre half forward. Van Eed in front of Van der Haar will take a free kick for a high tackle. Alan Eade showing the courage that most cyclists need. It's going to have to be taken again, as he quickly went on to Taylor. Eade goes for the short pass now to Derek Shaw.
You see, it's getting better and better with a huge assignment on. Van der Haar has done it with great distinction. Shaw downfield. Michael Richardson up there in front nicely once again. Regathers beautifully. Is nicely tackled. Gets a hand pass out. Here comes Allen in great position for his left foot and hooks it down towards the pocket. David Cloak comes in late with Shaw. And what? We found a free kick to Williams. And it's against Cox. And Cox is overconscious of the rugged, tough Collingwood captain, who's kicked 2. And the really destructive influence around the half-forward line has been Rains coming down from the centre of the ground. But here comes Williams now, shoots for goal. He's a good goal-getter. He's a tough man. That's his third.
And very sharp umpiring, picking that free kick up. See the ball coming down, and you can see Cloak and Walsh going for the ball. Walsh, in fact, has suffered an injury in this previous kick and should have probably been removed a few minutes ago. And that straight away caused him a little trouble in the forward line. And Williams out of the picture, being held behind the player. The ball was kicked over the net, so that's going to take us a bit of time. But Walsh has been in trouble down there for some 4 or 5 minutes, and the change has finally taken place.
I think he might have hurt himself even the first term he was limping, but...
He kicked on his right foot. This might explain why he's been kicking left foot since then. He kicked with his right leg about 2 or 3 minutes ago, and that really seemed to finish him off.
So Walsh off, brings Waterson back on. Magpies by 20 points. Derek Shaw wins out of the middle. Tapped by Banks. Abernethy. Donnell caught. Ball held to him, says the umpire. And it'll be a ball up.
The umpires have really got some difficult decisions today as the ball spends so much time on the ground. Umpire Jones snatches that ball away from Gary Foles. Kicked off the ground by Richardson. Carey tackled brilliantly by Gary Shaw. Carey still with the ball. Great smother Banks. Baker goes over the top of the Collingwood player on the ground, picked up there by Elshaw. Terry Dana from the leap, not in great position, 2-1 against him. Jeffrey Rains has been absolutely magnificent. Out to Morwood, onto Tony Kelly is brilliant. Tony Kelly gets an awkward bounce, a good one now. Hooks it back looking for David Cloak. Van der Haar on the back line, thumps it away from him. Out towards the pocket it goes and down they go. Van der Haar, Cox, whoops. That was Williams went from Cox as he grabbed hold of his leg and toppled him over. And there'll be a bounce.
Gary Shaw getting up after a solid knock. Collingwood back into attack. Cloak and Merritt comes to Williams, dispossessed. Umpire balls it up again. Collingwood lead 49-29 at the 16-minute mark in the second quarter. The Magpies showing the same spirit today as they did against Hawthorn a fortnight ago. Van der Haar with a big punch. But it's helped out of bounds by Thompson. And the Bombers having trouble getting out of here.
Having trouble and quite extraordinary. Jeff Rains is standing by himself loose once again. He's been a dangerous player. Williams a trier. Van der Haar, down he goes from Gary Shaw. Taken by Rains. But the free kick is played downfield. It was a bad tackle into Van der Haar. And Duckworth kicks out wide to centre wing position. Not a good kick. And it's over the line as Cox chases it. And a delighted Collingwood stand signify they enjoyed that error by Essendon. It'll be thrown in.
Derek Shaw wins the tap. It goes to Rains. Best on ground to centre half forward. Banks. Too far out to score. Oh, balks around. Now he's not too far out on the run. Goes for the bounce. Goes for goal. Not a good kick, though. It's a shocker. Misses by 10 metres.
Didn't get onto it. Just to come on Rain's place and some excellent work there just to bring the ball back into the centre. Really professional football.
Wide out it goes. Derek Shaw, the big leaper over the top of Merritt. And here comes Jeffrey Rains again. Down he goes on the boundary line. Ball is out of bounds. It'll be thrown in. Half forward flank. And the Magpies are still in attack.
Packed house at Victoria Park. Thompson, well done. Under pressure, gets the kick away. Rains misses the half volley. Leaves it for Baker, who puts it out wide. Elshaw. No distance into the breeze. And a good mark to Darren Williams. It's been just about Essendon's best. Izzard puts it over the head of Salmon, and it allows McCormack in. So there's a way of beating Salmon if the delivery's no good.
Yeah, it's not Salmon's fault. Taken by Tony Shaw. Shocking passing by Essendon to Salmon all day, actually. Out towards the boundary line. Abernethy very cleverly and brilliantly beats Donnell. And now Donnell is shepherded. Great football, Abernethy and Collingwood. And Carey loses it. Opportunity for Banks, who's been a good player. Banks gets a clever hand pass out wide. Gary Shaw steadies and kicks like a bullet to Richardson. Always looking all class, Gary Shaw. And so is Michael Richardson. Richardson gets a lot of adverse criticism at times, but my word, he's got some talent. Very acute angle, 45 metres, off direction it goes, right on the point line, and Cloak takes it, but it was out of bounds in the full.
A disappointing kick for Richardson.
Oops, it's on.
Ooh.
Van der Haar took one from Cloak.
Richardson's sixth kick. I would have thought that the Collingwood players would really shoot for goal well down that end.
It looks to be the right side, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks to be the right side, but the ball doesn't seem to sort of carry in. He obviously set that up for the wind to carry it in, and it just didn't happen.
Well, here's Van der Haar. And Van der Haar kicks long out to centre wing, and it's really long. A beautiful kick. Terry Danaher can't take a touch. Nicely picked up and driven by Williams. In front is Elshaw. It is. Oh, he fumbles so badly. Back it comes to him from good football from Salmon. Then he kicks out to Danaher. Danaher goes up and he's well tackled. Baker is taken on by Morwood. Baker fights. Well played, Morwood. Oh, it's fierce football. And umpire Ian Robinson comes in. And he's going to bounce.
Looks like Ezard's got the job on runs.
Salmon wins the tap, but can't get it clear, and the ball back out of bounds for a throw-in. Bombers in attack, but they need to be. They trail by 20 points at the 20-minute mark in the second quarter. And coming off a bad defeat by Hawthorn last week, they haven't come up well. Tony Shaw, kick towards centre wing off the side of his boot, bounces just inside for throw-in.
There's the roar of that Collingwood stand.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't need to see the boundary umpire, just listen to the crowd.
If it bounced inside, there's a cheer.
They've got a very singleness of purpose. Derek Shaw doing it very nicely. All too high was the tackle. Thompson takes another one. And it's letting it go once again. Nice play, Merritt. Out it goes to Williams, and Williams down. Salmon this time. Oh, up over the top. It was his all the way. And what a good, strong mark it was. You'd enjoy that one, Mike?
Yes, I think also from experience, just there the breeze tends to be a little flatter, and I think that's helped him in the marking. He had a lot of trouble down the other end trying to judge the ball, but you can judge it because you know the ball's going to drop a bit. He really had to use his legs to move McCormack out to get to it. He should have been in front, really. It's a sixth kick.
He's probably a bit sick of being in front and had the ball so badly delivered to him. He kicks for goal and puts it very nicely through. Third goal to Paul Salmon, and he's done it well.
Yes, their delivery's been poor, and they really haven't used him at all. He's obviously taller. They haven't given the ball to him high and in front, which is where he should be getting it.
Yes, he's had many opportunities. Here it is in the replay again.
Yes, Williams, who's been a very destructive force in that forward line, and a very easy mark, using his knees nicely to take McCormack out from underneath the ball.
Bounce by umpire James, won by Merritt. Charging through is Eade. Good play, centre half forward, the mark on his chest to Williams. Mark Williams, who's been moved out of the goal square. Cloak is down there with Van der Haar as his opponent. Mark Williams, who has kicked 3 goals, goes for a long one. A bottler. Cloak and Van der Haar. Cloak shepherds. A goal by Williams from the centre square.
Yes, I was just thinking how he'd easily made that distance before they extended the ground. But he did it very, very well, and Cloak did it extremely well because the ball was landing, as we'll see here, just before he gave the nudge, and quite legitimately. The ball's supposed to be within 5 yards. It's just about to arrive, and Cloak just gets the nudge in time.
Shaw worrying Merritt. Big punch by Baker, taken by Taylor. In front, good mark. Thompson shown tons of courage on the half-back flank, the back pocket mostly. Sends it short out to big Roger Merritt. For some reason the Collingwood stand don't like the big tough man. He sends a lovely kick to Williams. And Williams does it nicely too. He's a very good player, is this young man, Darren Williams. He kicks straight towards Salmon. Oh, look at the big man, nearly swallowed his opponent. Taylor cleverly. Derek Shaw down. Pushed. 3 kicks going everywhere. Here comes Rains, breaks out with a long hand pass. Shaw's got an awkward one, Derek Shaw. Over the top it goes. Elshaw doesn't do it well. Gets his left foot to it, kicks it badly, and eventually it's with Williams.
Mark Williams now on the half-forward flank. Long kick in the direction of Cloak. Van der Haar leads the race. Oh, the bounce beats him. Takes it back towards the goal square. Back to Folds. And they switch direction. Out of side now. Cloak pushes Van der Haar down. Umpire blows the whistle and plays a relayed free up the ground to half-back flank. Taken by Elshaw. He's knocked over by Tony Shaw. That'll be a 15-metre penalty, if not 30. Elshaw doesn't use it. Out wide to Eustace. Bradbury. Waterson. Fiddling and fooling a bit. Cox over the top. Oh, in trouble. Now they're coming clear. Bradbury runs onto it. Inside half-forward flank. Steers it low. Williams is there. It's Darren Williams. Oh, great kick. Oh, gee, would have been a goal of the year.
Fantastic effort. And they really brought the ball up very quickly there with a lot of handballs, possibly too many, but they finally did give the ball clear to Bradbury, who once again, excellent support running. Something we haven't seen as much from Essendon as we do in other games. Bradbury running a good sort of half length of the ground to get to that ball.
Yes, I think Bradbury's one of their best runners. Short pass out to Richardson has been a dangerous play. Here's Bradbury, very strong, might take a free. He will. Then he kicks a left foot along, looking for Salmon. Salmon's in lovely position. Would never nearly play that one, and it's kicked out of bounds on the full. And the free goes to Baker. And Baker's only a few metres out short past Terry Danaher. And this very gallant captain, he's had a day when he cannot get near the ball, or get close to it, but not close enough. His second kick.
And Collingwood will be wondering why that same kick a quarter before was disallowed.
Collingwood 8-7, Essendon 5-6. As Terry Danaher kicks to the enthusiastic Collingwood Sharon stand and kicks it badly. Well, that was an easy opportunity missed.
Essendon are very good at that and have been for several years under Sheedy, where if they get the ball in a difficult angle, they do look inboard for someone to open up the face, and Collingwood should have really been onto that.
Cormac's kick in. Taylor. Free kick Essendon's way. High tackle to Folds. And he'll take the kick from the edge of the centre square. Steers it well for Watson. He'd got a hand to it. Comes back to Watson. Barges through. Darren Williams again. Great goal. Williams, 3 goals.
What an absolutely lightning hand pass from Tim Watson.
It's just about the Williams show. Mark Williams 4 goals. Darren Williams 3.
And again, Salmon going up. Timmy Watson, who hasn't been particularly obvious today, giving the ball out nicely to Williams, who really is running hot, slipping the ball in very quickly with his left foot.
Well, it's free kick to Essendon. There's the centre square infringement. Roger Merritt to take it, boots them into attack once again. Straight to Danaher.
I can't help feeling the Collingwood backs have just panicked towards the end of this quarter.
Now Danaher, who's a magnificent kick, has indicated, I think, that he thinks he could possibly make it with a very big one, and Salmon's there anyhow. It is a very big one. It is a lovely kick. It is a goal. Well played. That was just as impressive as the Collingwood captain's massive kick. And that was beautifully done by the other captain, of course, the Essendon captain, Terry Danaher.
Merritt giving out of the centre on a free kick for an infringement in the square, and that is inexcusable from the Collingwood point of view. It's just coming to time on. They've given 3 goals in time on, and a lack of concentration going into half-time after an excellent first half could be very expensive for them by the end of the day.
All of a sudden, the margin is back to 1 straight kick. Merritt, caught by Derek Shaw, tapped out by Banks for Gary Shaw. His kick to the forward pocket, Van der Haar in front. And he needed all of his 2 arms to mark that one. Not a good kick. Gary Shaw. And with the breeze, G. Shaw, one of the most expensive recruits ever to join the VFL. If he really unloaded, might make it a bit close. Collingwood need one here. Spiral torpedo. It is a bit close. Cloak. Off his hands for a behind. Or hit the behind post. But it was through for a score before that. 7-point lead to the Magpies.
Bit hard on G. Shaw, aren't you? He's about your size, Drew.
I thought he was a show.
Van der Haar should not have kicked to the attacking side then, and then he gave one away. Foul, short, beautiful pass. Merritt high, long, towards the centre of the ground. Jeff Rains. He has been a top player. Here comes the glamour boy. He's got all the style and panache in the world. 15-metre penalty, a thumping long kick looking for Williams. Williams too strong. Well done, Duckworth. That folds. Donnell back towards Foles over the line intentionally. There's no doubt, but the umpire, I think, rightly didn't penalise him.
30 minutes gone, second quarter. Magpies by 7 points. They're in attack. Banks. Well done by Waterson. The umpire calls for it and will ball it up. Last chance for Collingwood to stretch their lead in this quarter. They were thrashing Essendon up until about 6 or 7 minutes ago. Williams over the ball, another ball up.
Yes, it's Captain Williams. Gives the ball to umpire Glenn James. I don't know how he's going to play that one, or to whom. He's going to play it to Derek Shaw, is he? No, he's playing it to Merritt. I agree with you, Mike.
Oh, well.
And at half-time, the score is Collingwood 8-8 to Essendon 7-7. It's 56 points to 49.
It'll be interesting when they get a ruckman umpiring one day.
That'll spoil the game. Huh?
Start of the second half and Collingwood leading by 7 points. Clean possession, Merritt. Well done. Charging straight at it is Waterson. Darren Williams been a star for the Bombers. Puts it up high for Salmon, and why not? McCormack backs back into him. Comes to the front to Brown. Brown's kick close to the boundary line, over Abernethy's head, and it bounces out for a throw-in.
Gee, that must have been really close to out of bounds on the full. Salmon doing the rucking, hits it straight down towards Rains, or Brown. And here's a lot of pushing and shoving here. Brown, it's got to be a free this time. Gary Shaw. Was it Dacos? Dacos it was. He's really felt that one too. He's been buffeted today. Dennis Banks up in front, punched away, picked up by Allen. Allen loves to run, then kicks it short and beautifully to Richardson. Well done, Richardson. He pulled it down just in time. And Mark Williams gives the lead. He's been a very constructive full forward. Here comes Banks. Brilliant football. Cross to Allen. Allen left foots for goal and puts it through. That was lovely football, Collingwood. As Duckworth and umpire James are having a few words.
Yes, a little bit of interference by Duckworth, I think, behind the play. Good play by the Collingwood players. They made that little bit of room. They realised there was a space there behind the man on the mark, and a couple of players ran across, made the room. Allen, with plenty of time there, thought about a handball, but instead dropping on his left boot, and of course a very good kick.
Looked like a lazy kick, almost kick and hope. It was straight.
It's a very accurate kick, though.
Back out to a 13-point lead now, early in the third quarter. Rains goes in for the tackle on Elshaw. Elshaw doubles up. Rains comes again. Crash, down he goes. Kick into the man is smothered. Banks paddles the ball out. Shaw puts it down. It's gone a Collingwood free kick, though, to Dennis Banks before it came to Tony Shaw. And they're really putting Essendon off their game. Banks wide out. Richardson gives the lead. Good mark, Mike Richardson. And the man who missed the first half of the season because of a back complaint, he's come back in the last 3 or 4 weeks and is starting to show the form of 83. They have kicked goals at this end in the first half. This will really test him. 45 metres. Well, it's coming back, but not enough.
9-9 Collingwood, 7-7 Essendon. referee still looks to be favouring down the outer end. Oh, that's dangerous kick by the full-back. Here's a chance for Duckworth, lost it. Picked up by Van der Haar. Not often you see Van der go for a run. So often does he left foot looking for Salmon. Salmon and McCormack got there first. Tim Watson into Taylor. Taylor kicks it out to the boundary line. It's out of bounds. Essendon's half forward flank.
Fine play too by Taylor, really under a lot of pressure there. Looked as though it could have been a free to McCormack, and Taylor really had to tidy up a very desperate situation.
Half forward for Essendon. Salmon in ruck. Darren Williams again, running out of room. Back he goes, kick smothered, out of bounds. Another throw in. Crowd really jammed in the outer side there at Victoria Park. Two big drawing clubs, Collingwood and Essendon. Cloak up very early, interferes. Free kick to Salmon. He received a free kick in the first minute of the game, but Paul Salmon in the first half has kicked 3 goals. Goes for the pass this time, but the whistle is gone, and Salmon's going to have to go back and kick from behind the man on the mark.
So I guess what the umpires are saying here, Drew, is that the players really ought to get onto their correct angle straight away if they want to play on. Otherwise, time on will be blown, and they won't be able to get rid of the ball.
Well, Danaher pushed out by Morwood. Free kick to Terry Danaher. And it's just about his only chance of getting a kick, Danaher. He's not been near it today. Coming up for his 4th kick only at the 4.5-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Kicked a goal in the 2nd quarter. And this is a good one. Comes back with the breeze. 2-1 to Terry Danaher from only 4 kicks.
This is a beautiful kick. It is a beautiful kick.
Yes, disappointing play by Shane Morwood to give the kick away. Salmon attempting to pass the ball, and you just see there Shane Morwood just giving a little bit of a nudge, but Danaher clearly interfered with and had to get the free.
Well, David Cloak's on the ball for the first time to do battle with Roger Merritt. That'll be Bulk meeting Bulk. Neither with tremendous spring. Merritt got down first, past Rains. Rains follows on. He's tackled by Foles, but not in possession. And the free kick goes to Jeffrey Rains. He drives out wide. It's a good-looking kick once again. Banks, a great tumbler. Banks and Richardson were both waiting there. It fell short into the breeze. Banks took an excellent mark, and again they're pushing them back onto the mark. As Mike Fitzpatrick's mentioned, the umpire's interpretation. Great pass to Richardson. Richardson running around having a lovely time there. He completely outpointed and outwitted Carey just a few seconds ago in the mark. This time it was Foles he led down the field. He's had 8 kicks, and this time he's within easy kicking range. Angle, 45 degrees. The kick is excellent. That's all class, Michael Richardson. He really is an eye-catcher.
And Collingwood really like that grandstand side, particularly kick into the wind. They use the cover of the stand to move the ball up into the wind. Richardson finding a fair bit of space. He's already, I think Carey has been moved off him, and Fold's coming on to try and stem him. He's really been a very active force in this forward line. And once again, a nice kick for goal, using the breeze, knowing the breeze, and bringing it in nicely.
Against Cloak. Merritt, well done. To half forward. Turner drops the mark. Bad bounce from Bradbury. Through goes Watson. Who's caught by... Oh, great tackle that was by Gary Shaw. Turner out towards teammate there, and Kelly. High kick to centre half forward. Knocked out of defence. We're taking a bit of time, Waterson. Ball out of play. No, pushing the back. Essendon's free kick. Short pass, and Thompson delivered to Thompson.
Thompson on half-back flank on the grandstand side, right in front of that very vocal stand of Collingwood. Tim Watson. Not often you see Tim take a big one now. Out to Elshaw. Elshaw's well shepherded. Kicks it very high for Danaher. Danaher in great position. They spoil each other, he and Williams. Good tackle, Williams. Gives the opportunity now for Danaher to follow out. It's Donnell who'll get there first, and he's cleverly beaten by Brown. Picks it up on the boundary line and did it beautifully, and boots it downfield where Roger Merritt in great position takes the mark. Roger Merritt, centre wing position. Oh, he runs into trouble. Back it goes to Carey. Carey playing a shocking game. Loses it, picked up by Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw, the centre wing, drives it beautifully to Banks. And the Collingwood stand are going berserk.
What the hell? It's deafening, the noise here at Victoria Park. Banks for the second time in the game. Around the man on the mark. Plays on, drives it low and hard. Derek Shaw's there, but it won't reach him. Comes to the front to Williams. Williams playing the ball. Puts it out wide for Rains. Rains crashes through. Williams again, dragged down. Desperation. Folds for Essendon, clears. And a chance for Merritt at half-back. Paddles well. And now out of trouble through...
Might be Thompson again, I think.
From centre wing to Danaher.
And down it goes from Allen, who did it well. Diving on it is Hanbury on the ground. He can't take it. And there they go again. It's been exciting, tough, thrilling, contesting football. Umpire Robinson. Watson, the lightning hand pass to Elshaw. Elshaw, a dangerous hand pass to Baker. Baker was pushed, I thought. The umpire doesn't agree, and he's going to bounce it.
Merritt. Out wide to Darren Williams. Essendon's best by a street. Put the ball down in the tackle. Oh, the umpire said pushed in the back. Free kick to Darren Williams. Up inside centre half forward. Morwood beats Danaher to the ball. Danaher can't take a trick. Morwood back to Dacos. Has time to look. Nest of Collingwood players. Gary Shaw. Or Turner. No, it's Shaw.
Gary Shaw, another player who's been in excellent touch and showing tons of class. Wonderful pace. Boots it downfield looking for Richardson. Bradbury's with him, beats him. Richardson backed into him. Bradbury very strong. Now he tries to find Watson. Too late is Watson. Thumps it down. Picked up there behind the pack by Waterson. Waterson looks for Salmon. McCormack's in front and beats him. Very bad pass once again. McCormack out wide. Tony Kelly underneath it on the half-back flank.
Collingwood playing an excellent brand of football. Up to centre wing. Richardson in front. Spoiled by Bradbury. Allen keeps the ball out in front of him. Good play. Turner going past. Wobbly old kick to half forward. Banks. Oh! Held. Mark not paid. Free kick paid. It goes to Rains. On to Williams. Mark Williams for goal number 5, but misses.
And that really was a very important kick, because you can really see the Essendon backs panicking a little bit at the moment. They are making a lot of mistakes, not clearing the ball quickly, not running the ball out at all well, and the Collingwood forwards right on top of them.
Van der Haar, long. Danaher leaps early. Nice play, Dacos the magician. Turns and twists. Kicks it beautifully to Cloak. He was off. Caught. Taken away by Baker. Only a 2 out. Baker kicks to Salmon. McCormack's with him. Salmon recovers very well. That again, Tim Watson run into an open goal, which he does. Wham! Well, what an exciting incident there as the ball was taken away from Cloak.
And a correct decision, Turlin. Cloak did go to handball. He did play on. He was tackled and dispossessed, as we can see on the replay. Dispossessed, he effectively dropped the ball. It was play on. Baker used the ball well. Salmon tapped it out from McCormack, who had competed excellently to get in position to doing something about it, and Watson ran through and finished off. And 2 bad mistakes by Collingwood, by Cloak and by Williams, 2 of their senior players, really put Essendon back in the game.
Collingwood fans not happy with Watson's goal. Cloak comes back to make amends. Through goes David Cloak. Abernethy out of a big pack. High in the air, hardly 10 metres. On the chest of Danaher at centre half forward, or outside of that position. Salmon leads. He's in front of McCormack. Kick not well directed. Off hands it goes. But McCormack held by the arm by Salmon, rules umpire James. And a free kick to Peter McCormack. And a 15-metre penalty against the beanpole Paul Salmon.
What a magnificent job that Peter McCormack's
Yes,
done.
doing a great job.
He's really beaten him to the ball so often. The kicking of Essendon finding Salmon has been bad, but McCormack's been quite magnificent at fullback. Kicks a very long one to the defensive wing. Donnell's got the chance behind the pack. Wonderful play by Tony Shaw. He can get it back to Abernethy. Abernethy centre wing steadies and kicks it downfield in front. Good leap by Duckworth and a fine mark.
Well, Duckworth plays on. The hand pass is not good, putting a teammate under pressure. And a free kick against Thompson, held when in possession to Dacos. Taken quickly, unmarked in the forward pocket is Tony Shaw. He can goal from here. Left foot kick. Derek Shaw knocked to the ground. Van der Haar marks, plays on, hand pass over Baker. Essendon not out of it yet. Williams has got him. Knocked him to the ground in a poleaxing tackle. Free kick to Mark Williams, and that is inspirational captain stuff.
Oh, that's a magnificent description. It was a real poleaxing tackle. He just went bang straight into him, and there's no more effective way, and it's right within the rules. Brilliant football, and he kicks for goal and missed it. But that really was Mark Williams at his toughest best.
And that's why he's in the forward line for Collingwood, of course, because the Collingwood forward line renowned for not chasing out the opposing defence, and Williams really one of the few players on that forward line that really does put in a good tackle and chase players out.
Folds kicks out. Van der Haar the target. Behind the pack, it's going to bounce over the line. I'm not sure whether it was touched or not. It must have been. It'll be thrown in. No, it's a free kick. It's Collingwood free, centred, and nicely centred to Eade. Eade drives it back looking for Jamie Turner. Huge pack fly, well played Gary Shaw. Cloak cleverly out to Banks. Banks spears a long one goalward. Just misses, and Collingwood very impressive.
Yes, but they're wasting opportunities, Doug. They really should have kicked another 2 or 3 goals this quarter, and it could be very expensive for them with a quarter to go.
They lead by 11 points. Kick in looking for Bradbury. Richardson closes the gap, but too late. Bradbury over the top to Carey. Look out. Kelly knocks him to the ground. Cox. Great tackle, Richardson. Cox loses it. Has a chance to recover. Bit of a box on behind play. The umpire sorts that out as Cloak marks on his chest.
Yes, Carey having a box on with Banks. Cloak now with that ugly, awkward kicking style. Downfield it goes. Van der Haar, you've got to go, and does it very badly. Banks, it was not his ball and did it brilliantly to beat Van der Haar, but not a good performance by the Dutchman. Dennis Banks has played a brilliant third term, and he's kicked it very well into the breeze, and look at this for a kick. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect to Tony Shaw. Banks has really been an inspiration at centre-half forward. Tony Shaw, 9th kick, not up to his prolific standards of earlier in the season before he was suspended, but he's within kicking range, only about 45 metres out. That's a great kick, Tony. That's a great kick. It just swung away at the last moment. Bad luck. And you're right, Mike, the opportunities are being wasted, even though that was a good effort.
Banks' effort is outstanding at centre-half forward. He's had 11 kicks, and really for his size, he's been tremendously useful to the Collingwood side.
In this quarter, Collingwood 2-5, Essendon 2 straight goals. Folds kicking. Oh, big leap at the back and dragged down by Rains. Beautiful mark by Jeff Rains, who was about 3rd in line. To the forward pocket to Richardson. Oh, couldn't take it and spills it out of bounds.
And should have taken it. Lost one football boot or a slipper. And maybe he tripped over something. In come the rucks now. Merritt goes up strongly. Oh, Thompson, you're too slow. Good tackle, Shaw. Turn around quickly. And it's Abernethy shoots for goal across the face of goal. And another one was 2-6. They've peppered the goals.
By Folds. Donnell in front. The gap closed on him. Off hands to Elshaw. Good distance with his kick to half forward, but wide out on the flank. And it breaks out of bounds.
Well, they're looking very skinny in the forward line when they take Van der Haar back to full back, but he was necessary, I guess, there, and hadn't played well. He'd beaten him. Cloak gets it down. A very, very good performance by Heed to completely thwart Van der Haar in the first half. Cloak and Danaher. Cloak in front position. Kick goes downfield just a few yards. Oh, pushed in the back. And it's the trier again in Thompson. Williams boots it out wide to Tony Kelly direction. Oh, great mark. Jamie Turner takes a screamer.
And plays on quickly up towards centre wing. Chance here for Gary Shaw. Gets a favourable bounce. Shepherded by Banks. Hooks it over Richardson. Oh, off Williams to Richardson. Left foot snap. Derek Shaw. He's got it. Open goal. And Shaw bangs it home.
Derek Shaw, an interesting move. They brought Cloak into the ruck this quarter. I thought, in fact, they probably wasted Shaw for the quarter because he did have excellent form in the first half, but a good goal. Richardson picking the ball exceptionally well off the pack, reading it very, very quickly, and Shaw in front. The opportunity to give the handball, and he doesn't give it after the mistakes made earlier in the game, and nevertheless, seeing the time he had, the Essendon player caught in between Williams and Shaw, and he was able to simply take 2 steps and put it straight through the open goal.
Well, the trainer's outspeaking to Carey, and Carey's had a miserable day in defence.
Again.
He's been thrashed again, yes. Collingwood, really, the Magpies playing a wonderful third term. Here comes Merritt. Rains comes with his bursting run, but lost it. Cox is well tackled by Tony Shaw again. The umpire says he caught him when he didn't have the ball. Probably right too. Doug Cox kicks downfield, looking for Terry Danaher. Morwood's with him all the way. Off the hands of the pack it goes and picked up by Ezard. Now it's nice play by, picked up Danaher. Terry Danaher shoots for goal and kicks his second for the quarter and his third for the match.
And Collingwood, after pushing all those the ball in their forward line for so long, conceding a goal very, very quickly. In broken play here, the ball coming out to Danaher, and Danaher putting the ball away very easily. Just the sort of goal that Collingwood didn't want at this stage. They'd forced themselves away to about a 2 to 3 goal lead, and all of a sudden Essendon are right back into it. Salmon coming on.
Still, Essendon's 3 goals straight with the breeze in this term may give Collingwood something to think about when they have it in the last. Magpies by 13 points, 21 and a half minutes into the third quarter. Scramble and a ball up.
Van der Haar coming forward again.
To full forward, McCormack, his opponent. Salmon on the ball. Can't get it clear. That'll be another ball up.
And Merritt back to full back to give him a bit of a rest, I think.
As Terry Danaher's moved down into the full forward zone, and Van der Haar taken centre half forward. As Cloak comes in with his bulk, great play, Salmon, taken by Richardson, another inspiring player in his third term. Bradbury, nice ball handling. Across to Donnell as his target, a great tackle again. Donnell's in trouble, running away from goal, caught, back it goes toward, down goes Duckworth. Nicely picked up there by Hanbury. Hanbury boots it down towards an open half-forward flank, and Brown, beautifully done. A wonderful tumbling mark by Brown. And he's been full of consistency since half-time. Sends a long one back towards centre wing. Paul Salmon's got the leap. Out wide it goes, and a chance now for Ezard. Ezard kicks downfield looking, whoops, whistle goes. Long before the ball got down there against Terry Danaher, the free kick is to Morwood, plus a 15-metre penalty.
Collingwood trying to hang on in the closing minutes of the third quarter with the break they had. Bouncing ball for Richardson. Good pass to the wing. Chance for Kelly. Oh, he goes out. Cox forced him out of room. Top game at Victoria Park. It's had everything. Salmon down to Baker. Baker gets clear. Well played, Leon Baker. Steers the pass in the direction of Van der Haar. Good mark. But support. It's to the pass by Baker.
I agree. That was a magnificent play by Baker. Beat two and beat them with wonderful skill. And then he drove it right under Van der Haar's chest, and Van der Haar took it very well. But of course, there's few better marks in the league than this young man who came into the football scene in 1977 as the recruit of the season, and that's the reason why. Right through, and that's another goal. And Essendon at half-time were 7-7. They're now 11-7.
Yes, Baker here is really under a lot of pressure, but ducks out of it very well with a nice sidestep and gives the ball very nicely to a leading Van der Haar. McCormack, after being able to handle Salmon's height, is now going to have a bit of trouble, I think, with the speed that Van der Haar's got.
Salmon down towards Elshaw, nicely taken there by Essendon. Out wide it goes, Murray Brown in front again. Well, he's beating Williams now, and Williams beating for the first half. Brown then plays it short and does it well to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw's on the half-back flank on the grandstand side. A roaring grandstand it has been for Collingwood. Mike Richardson. Oh, nice punch. Through Shaw. Chance for Turner. Shaw takes the opportunity. Free kick to Shaw. Bad tackle by Hanbury.
Mark Hanbury playing against his old team. Off the interchange bench in this third quarter. Shaw to Allen. Collingwood opening it up on the outer side. Allen a good kick into the breeze. Richardson comes from behind. Doesn't get off the ground though. Salmon finds Elshaw. Back to Salmon. Look at him go for the gallop. Now on the ball and enjoying it. To centre half forward. No Essendon men up. Cloak to Tony Shaw. Any amount of support. Coming up from full-back McCormack. Bad bounce. Trouble. Darren Williams. It spills out to Folds. A standing kick. Nobody back in the goal square. Danaher charges at it. Can't keep it in. Throw in.
Oh, so near yet so far. And Folds had just kicked it a bit shorter. Danaher could have marked and gone into an open goal.
I dare say McCormack was a bit disappointed with the bounce as well. The idea was right.
Cloak and Van der Haar. Brown dives at it. Williams is the man who kicked it high in the air. Graham Allen's got the chance. The gallant Van der Haar takes a screamer. That was a sensational moment. At no stage did he deserve to take that. It was absolute courage and class. That's all it was. It was all Graham Allen. And this is typical of this extraordinary player, Van der Haar. He's one of the most courageous players I've seen, and unbelievable talents. And when they're put together, that's the sort of thing that happens.
He goes missing, doesn't he, Doug? And then he all of a sudden does things, you know, as he has done the last couple of minutes too. Great effort.
He's a beautiful player, and he kicks badly. And if ever there's a goal, ever there was a mark that deserved a goal, that was one.
It was great thinking on his part because the ball was wobbling around in the breeze a bit, and he really just tried to keep following the line of it.
That's Essendon's first miss in this quarter. Allen marks the kick in and goes for a run to centre half back. Now up to the centre of the ground. No height there for Collingwood. Gary Shaw, the only man there. Salmon and Merritt spoil each other. Salmon with it. Essendon in trouble though. Up to half forward. Eade is there with Hanbury. Well shepherded. Now what's happened?
Out of bounds, I think.
Yep, did go out of bounds.
That's all that could save them at that stage. It was beautiful shepherding. Cloak has shown a lot of toughness on that half-back line and be very valuable this third term. Well played, Danaher. Taken away from him. Cloak loses the two. Danaher dives at it. And umpire Robinson indicates arms stretched to wide that he'll bounce it. And a wonderful match between two top sides. Collingwood full of courage. Oh, what? That's got to be against you, Danaher. And the free kick will go to Derek Shaw on half-back flank for the Magpies.
One straight kick the difference. Collingwood leading into time on in the third quarter. Shaw's kick over centre wing. Cloak well placed. Salmon marks. Bit of body collision between the two, and Salmon finished up taking it on his chest. Short passes across the ground. Oh, on his own is Merritt. Not Not a good pass off the left boot. Bouncing ball for Baker. Pops it over the top. Oh, they're cutting to shreds now in the last 5 minutes, Essendon. And Danaher can level the scores with a straight kick.
Once again, it looked as though Collingwood have lost concentration late in the quarter, as they did in the second quarter. In that case, Merritt was able to run free from the full-back position. Cloak and Shaw, it took about 5 minutes for them to change. They were both sitting across half-back there for a few minutes. When the ball went into the Collingwood forward line, there was plenty of room for Merritt to run the ball out.
Danaher kicks long, kicks it beautifully, and I might add full marks to Baker again. That was perfect football to get it to Danaher.
And the link man from the Merritt kick went to Baker and straight down to Danaher with a very accurate pass.
That's 6 goals won in this quarter for Essendon, and Danaher's kicked 3 of them.
There we see Merritt getting the ball off half-back. As I said, totally unmarked because the two ruckmen were changing. And Baker, with a bit of poise and a bit of judgment, deciding to give the ball in short to Danaher, knowing the wind's there, knowing he'd be within range, thought it out very well, and a very easy goal for Essendon. And once again, Collingwood looking as though they've lost concentration late in the quarter.
Scores level now, and the Bombers really getting value in this third quarter. Salmon out of the middle, on the chest of Darren Williams, who went out of it for a while in this quarter, but has been a star for Essendon. And Salmon's down injured behind play, hasn't moved. Williams a kick 20 metres short. McCormack in front, and Marks in front of Van der Haar. And the train of runners coming from everywhere from Essendon to look at Paul Salmon. And wouldn't this be a shocking thing if Salmon is injured and misses a lot of games? Hard to tell how serious it is at this stage.
Not good.
Might be winded, do you think, Mike?
I thought so, but I think he was saying it was his knee.
And out goes towards Bradbury, who can go straight at it. Down they go. In comes Ezard. Ezard's kick is very short. Morwood hits it back, and a chance for Baker, who's done some lovely work, and he fumbles badly. Morwood loses it. Baker recovers it, and out holding his nose, and there's number 3.
No, it's certainly not. I wouldn't say it's winded, because usually you'd get up it, and he seems to be in trouble with one of his. I think it probably is his knee, which would be very unfortunate if that's the case.
It wouldn't be cruel luck if they lost Neil Danaher and Paul Salmon, 2 of the most exciting, probably the most exciting teenagers there's been.
They've called for a halt. They've called for a halt, and a stretcher's coming out, but it may not be needed yet. Here it is.
Yes, he comes down, gets a kick, and someone cuts across him. Rains cuts across his leg as he kicks, and the way he did it would look more like it was heavy bruising, a bad cork or something. Well, he'd be unlucky to do a knee on that sort of thing.
Well, you wouldn't think a cork would happen that quickly, would you? He was up now anyhow.
Well, it looked as though he contacted Rains around the sort of knee somewhere, and could have just really been the impact, I think.
The other thing is the injury happened while Salmon has been on the ball. He's only been there for about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're the leading goal kicker, should he be left at full forward or what?
Well, I think it was a good move by Sheedy, because really he's won every hit out, and he's had about 4 kicks in the 6 or 7 minutes he's been on the ball. He's been very effective, and he's certainly looked as though he's tapping the ball accurately. And while I was saying Collingwood lost some concentration, I think his drive also has been important in keeping them, or getting them back into the game right in the quarter.
Particularly, I guess, when Simon Madden's not on the field, who is such a dominant ruckman, it leaves them.
That's right, and Merritt's competed well, but he hasn't really been a dominant influence in the game. Derek Shaw's probably been the better player.
So Paul Salmon, who's played every senior game this year, is the league's leading goal kicker with 60 before today, 3 more today for a total of 63. To lead by about 10 is carried off the field in time on in the third quarter at Victoria Park. And that's a shocking thing for the Essendon fans watching.
I'd say it is his knee, by the way, that it's being held.
Yes, it is. This young man, who only played 9 senior games last year, has burst into prominence to be the most exciting player in the league, leading a lot of awards, interstate player. And here we come for centre backs. And back on the ball is Roger Merritt. And diving and tumbling after it, and umpire Robinson will bounce it again.
Desperate, scores level, well into time on third quarter. Brown, well done. Diving mark missed by Cox. Plays on quickly. Dacos intercepts. And plays for the free and gets it with a push in the back. He is skillful at winning those free kicks, just dribbling the ball in front, sweeps the hand pass out, going past is Morwood, who's given Danaher 3 goals in this term. Oh, bad kick, lands right in the arms there of Bradbury. Plays on quickly, and the mark to Thompson.
Thompson plays with his left foot and kicks in the Tim Watson. Oh, Watson pushed his opponent out. Oh, he pushed Turner out and took the mark, but umpire James will let it go, or didn't see it, or disagrees. 1 in 3 choice, but Watson now within range. Only about 30 metres out, 30 to 35 metres. Tim Watson kicked 1 goal this term. He's kicked 2 this term.
Siren for 3-quarter time, and the Bombers lead by 6 points in a quarter which was dominated by Collingwood for 20 minutes. They didn't get value. Essendon came back and got value, and in fact, in that quarter, Essendon kicked 6-1.
And for a while there, when they had 2, they didn't look all that hot.
What's been a magnificent 3 quarters. Collingwood have the opportunity with a bit of a breeze behind them in the final term. They trail by 1 goal. Umpire James bounces it high and wide. Up goes Merritt and thumps it out. Richardson can't take it. Following through was Bradbury. Picked up by Kelly. Turns, dodge, fall, twist. Down he goes. He held it far too long. It looked a bit as if Merritt might have ridden him into the ground, but the umpire's verdict was that he held it too long, which was correct, and Roger Merritt's got the chance to boot the Bombers into attack. Punch down from Danaher. Out wide towards the flank. And it's kicked out. Oh, I thought it was going towards the boundary, but here comes Richardson. In front is Thompson, been a great battler. Out to Elshaw. Elshaw back in the direction of Bradbury, who takes Eustace, who takes a fine mark.
Eustace gets around and kicks it across the face of goals. Shaw is there. Oh, contested mark. Defensive man's got it. Derek Shaw. Just about a photo. Watson contesting it with him. This game really up for grabs in the last 25 minutes. Bad kick for Eade, who overruns it. Oh, but a delightful hand pass. Taylor going past. His kick to centre half forward for Banks. Knocked down by Duckworth. Turner has showed some good skills. Puts it out wide, putting it in front of Richardson, but too far in front. Carey, straight up the ground. Darren Williams on his own. Been a top player.
Yes, on centre wing position, outer side of the ground. Sent it short, looking for Watson. Watson ridden into the ground by Brown, and Watson will take a free kick. Well, Tim Watson could have almost have been awarded that big mark. Out to Williams in a flash. Williams left foot it downfield. It's off direction. Bad bounce, unluckily for Morwood. Danaher goes down as he grabs it and pushes Morwood's face into the turf. And the free kick is Morwood's before the push in the mush.
Once again, the professional 15 yards by Essendon.
Centre wing. Banks goes without it. Back to Merritt. His kick across the face of the ground. Eade knocks away from Hanbury. Comes to the front to Ezard. Must be a ball up at centre half forward. Essendon doing most of the attacking to start the final quarter.
And there's 1 goal the difference with Essendon in front. It's at centre half forward, and there's 20 to 25 players standing around this bounce as Shaw hits it out very well to Gary Shaw, and Gary Shaw is hit around the neck and over the shoulder as he got his kick, and that was a bad free kick to give away as the ball had slithered out to Essendon's territory. Now Gary Shaw has been very impressive throughout the match. Sent it straight down the ground, looking there for Dennis Banks, all pushed out. Behind the pack is Richardson, who's been an excellent player. Balks and twists, beats the paddock full and gets it out to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw gets past a tackle, beats another one, and out to the flank to Raines. It's beautiful football, and Raines has been so dominant around this half-forward line. And he kicks straight across the ground, didn't gain much with that one, but the kick is an effective one taken by Noel Lovell.
Lovell has just come onto the ground to replace Kelly. Lovell's first run of the game. And with a breeze behind, he could go a bit close to kicking a goal with his first kick for the match. Unloads a big one. Won't quite make it. Cloak is there. Williams as well. Ball out of play in the forward pocket. One straight kick to difference. The Bombers lead at the 5-minute mark in the last turn.
Ezard has the job now of looking, has had the job for a quarter and a half to look after Rains. Merritt nicely done then, lost possession, picked up by Turner. Turner then it's out at wide and it's driven out by Waterson. Waterson towards centre wing, and the mark is nicely taken by Doug Cox, who hasn't had a good match today. In a flash he goes out wide to Thompson. Oh, they're fooling around and the ball is lost. Banks gets it out wide towards Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw tackled by Cox. Hand passes it back, and a short pass is not a good one, but Richardson's got the opportunity. He'll be gathered in by Bradbury. Beats two of them, and they're fighting desperately, and here's a chance now for Gary Shaw again, and the pass is good, and brilliant Dunnell. Took it away from Abernethy with one of the solo effort to the match.
Dunnell up towards centre wing for Baker. With him is Taylor. Inboard to Morwood, who taps up the ground for Gary Shaw. Swept back out towards Eade. Eade up from half-back. Short pass to Richardson. Well done. Magpies desperate after they frittered away a fair lead in the third quarter. One-hander Morwood. Shane Morwood, who's had the job on Terry Danaher for most of the day. Danaher's kicked 4 goals, including 3 in the third quarter. Now Morwood on the forward line, right in front, 45 metres out from goal, can level the scores with a straight kick. Aims it left, it comes back, but not enough.
Ooh, that was a disappointing effort. Morwood got himself in good position. Collingwood brought that ball up very slowly with some good skills, but nevertheless quite slowly, and they need to bring up a bit more quickly if they're going to kick enough goals to win the match.
Van der Haar kicks in the direction of Danaher. From behind, Derek Shaw's the big leaper. Nice play by Dacos and a brilliant interception there by Duckworth.
Terry Danaher fumbles, allowing Eustace in. Essendon there in numbers. Eustace a long kick, but it's all Collingwood in defence and McCormack on his own. Did well on Salmon, then Salmon went onto the ball, and now Paul Salmon is off the ground, carried off on a stretcher. Near the centre of the ground. Derek Shaw going in pretty hard. No, it's a real scramble. The umpire will have to sort this one out with the ball up.
Yes, it was eventually Eustace who's almost had the sweater pulled off. And umpire Robinson and umpire James have been in control of a team worthy of 2 teams in the final 5. It's been a great battle. Merritt thumps it out wide, taken out there by Hanbury. Hanbury downfield towards the pocket. Punched away. Here comes Baker. Baker with his left foot snaps for goal and snaps it beautifully. He's full of classes, Leon Baker. Played a wonderful second half. Everything he does is so full of calm deliberation.
The ball approaching the full forward line, and Baker reading the ball exceptionally well off the pack, and a very, very solid looking left foot. Lots of time, executed the kick very neatly. Never really looked like missing. Got superb skills. The play was really set up from a set piece with Merritt, who punched the ball very nicely across to Eustace. Looked as though it had been pre-arranged. Eustace was certainly in a nice position, and another player running past for the Essendon side. And that sort of set piece work is something that Essendon work on, and has given them a couple of goals today.
The Bombers' lead now is 11 points. Cloak hooks it over the back, looking for Rains. Rains has done extremely well today. Off the ground by Hanbury, or Eustace. Holding the ball, and the free kick to Shane Morwood out of the centre circle. He goes in the direction of Banks. Oh, excellent mark by Dunnell, who's taken a couple of screamers in this turn.
Yes, he has. The other one was even better than that. Out to Baker as the target. Baker should take a free against Bruce Abernethy. And Baker is a very resolute, determined player. Like a fine pass. He kicks it beautifully. Merritt will kick it long downfield. Foulds is there, but outpointed cleverly by Morwood. Morwood out wide looking for Eade. Eade is off now onto his left foot, and he's kicked it well throughout the match onto Gary Shaw. Gary Shaw kicks out to an open half-forward flank, and great kick. A wonderful kick it was. Jamie Turner takes it. He can play on, shoots for an open goal, and kicks it off direction. Mark Williams underneath it marks. He'll be played the mark or the free. Carey, again, not in position. He's had a very sad day as Stephen Carey.
It's very loose play on Turner too, I thought. Turner took the mark, and Donnell and a couple of the other Essendon players ran away from him instead of trying to guard him, and he was unable really to run free and virtually unlucky not to kick a goal.
Banana kick. Mark Williams. And out of bounds on the full. Roger Merritt should take. No, he comes back to umpire James. What do you think?
He's kicked 4 goals, 3 and 1 out of bounds, Mark Williams. Merritt's hand pass to Elshaw. Short of the wing, Cloak well placed. And a good spoil by Eustace. Goes to Dacos. Delightful hand pass. Up from defence is Allen. Long kick. Williams outnumbered. Merritt at the front. Off the ground, Tony Shaw. And again, but from behind.
Ooh, ever so close from Tony Shaw. Good opportunist football.
They just can't convert, can they, Collingwood? They're just kicking themselves out of it, really.
Comes Duckworth. David Cloak's in great position. Oh, it wasn't him, it was Richardson who's played a splendid game. Perfectly out to Allen. Good spoil by Elshaw. Now Allen picks up again. Kicks it more the direction of Essendon. Underneath it, Baker. Good mark.
For the first time in the game, Essendon really look as though they could win it. Danaher's there, fumbles. McCormack on him, grabs him. Play on, says the umpire. Well done, McCormack, to follow up. Now the whistle's gone, a boundary throw in. Top marks to Peter McCormack.
I thought it might have been a free kick to the Essendon captain in Terry Danaher, but McCormack did it well. Cloak and Watson contest, and Watson strengthened it pretty well. Cloak dives on it, so does Ezard. Ezard, who's Jeff Rains' third opponent. Rains has been a very consistently brilliant player. Watson again, the opponent. Could have taken a free against Taylor that time. Watson's with it. Oh, he says, come on. That's it by Ian Robinson. He's heard that a million times before. Takes no notice. Another bounce in the gloom on the half-forward flank with Essendon in attack. Foles kicks it downfield. Danaher's got 2-1 against him, and great shepherding. McCormack's been a brilliant player. Out wide, Jamie Turner. Good play, Van der Haar. Through the hands of Hanbury. Well shepherded, well kicked by Allen out wide, but it's nicely picked up by Waterson. Eade on the half-back flank for Collingwood.
Allen back to Eade, but this is danger. Eustace somehow to Bradbury within kicking distance. Oh, chopped off by Dacos, which was fortunate, and the ball out of play.
Which was brilliant.
Well, it wasn't fortunate, it was necessary.
Tremendous anticipation by Dacos, and good running too, something he's not necessarily noted for.
David Cloak in front, Danaher. Baker comes through strongly. Kick is smothered there from Brown. Taylor out cleverly. McCormack again. Over the head of Doug Cox it goes, and the speedsters are after it. Gary Shaw goes heading for it, but it's out of bounds. And it'll be thrown in with the Bombers still in attack.
And the Bombers leading by 10 points, and we've played 12 and a half minutes in the last quarter. It was their third quarter in which they kicked 6-1 to 3-6 that got them in this position. Dacos, a clever little kick out. Over the head of Tony Shaw, though. Taken away by Elshaw. He's kicked the full forward, Danaher. McCormack foils him, but the umpire said he had him by the arm, and it's a free kick to Terry Danaher.
There might have been a bit of a stage there.
I reckon he's one of those two.
I think he staged both times.
Terry Danaher has been pretty quiet from a kick-winning point of view. He's kicked 4 goals, 1, including 3 goals in the third quarter. This is only his 8th kick for the game. And out of 7 previous ones, he's scored 5 times. Danaher for goal. It comes back. It's another one for the Bombers skipper. And a 16-point lead at the 13-minute mark in the last term.
Well, while he's been quiet on the day, Danaher, he certainly has been an influential player in the last quarter or so of football. Here we see the ball coming off. Essendon delivering the ball up towards Danaher, who's made position. Danaher and McCormack going for the ball. Danaher nearly marking and then falling away very quickly, and not really evident to me that McCormack pushed him, but certainly once he lost the flow of the ball, he certainly hit the ground very quickly.
Well, in the fading summer sunshine, a brilliant exhibition of football as umpire James. David Cloak from the side with Roger Merritt thumping it out 25 metres towards the flank. Very clever play, Williams. Brilliant play, actually. Boots it out wide. McCormack's in front of Danaher, and the ball's going to beat him out of bounds. But swiftly the Bombers are in attack again.
Again, I'm not quite clear why Shaw isn't on the ball at this stage. I think he's done a lot better on Merritt than Cloak has.
Cloak clean possession. Gives it away. Hanbury can't get the kick in. Or Eustace. Taylor gets it back. Kick smothered. Chance for the Bombers. Baker inboard, but the hand pass is intercepted by Allen. Rains took a while to gather it. Now he's got it. Drives it long. Collingwood badly need a goal at this stage. Donnell goes up again, can't mark. Gary Shaw uses his body. Richardson. And free kick to Richardson, held when not in possession. Jamie Turner originally using his body well. Now Richardson finds somebody going past. Dennis Banks needs a long bomb. Williams outnumbered 2-1. Merritt dives and marks.
Oh, gee, did it well, didn't he? He was retarded and he showed great strength and fine anticipation. It was well done. Out to Elshaw's a bit dangerous. Elshaw gets through. He's got tons of speed, as Tony. The ex-Melbourne player boots it out wide. In front, Watson. Timothy. The boy wonder of years ago, 1977. A great pass out to Williams. Terry Dana wants to time his lead well, does, and comes downfield in front of McCormack. Over the back it goes and taken by Shaw. I agree with Mike Fitzpatrick. Shaw should be on the ball.
Short pass to Dacos at centre half back. Collingwood need a rush of goals. 16 minutes last quarter. Banks only on the wing. They're running past in numbers, Collingwood. That's well delivered to Lovell. Round on the left boot. Drives it long, one out. Williams there with Carey. Williams punches to the goal square but can't follow up and through for a behind.
Well, I'm sure Kevin Sheedy's heart was in his mouth when he saw that one come down, because Stephen Carey's had troubles all day combating any opponent he's been on. He's had some brilliant ones, of course, in Williams and Richardson. Long kick by Carey's an excellent one. Looking for Van der Haar. Off the hands of the pack it goes. Williams takes it for some odd reason, kicks it into the crowd.
And should be penalised.
He should be too.
Time wasting.
However, it's to be thrown in.
Collingwood at right half forward. Merritt. Oh, gee, look at the players around them. Umpire calls for it and we'll ball it up. It's been a game that's been fought hard all day, but without any spite. It's been an excellent display of football by these two top five teams. Merritt wins this tap defensively back to Elshaw, just inside the boundary line. Out on the full, it's not inside the boundary line.
Yes, to be taken by Eade, who most impressive in the first half today when he had the giant assignment of looking after Van der Haar and did it well. Out to Brown. Brown in the sunshine on the outer wing. Sent it down. Roger Merritt and Michael Richardson. Free kick to Merritt. Not much value in that, Michael. The blonde-headed glamour one. Out to Elshaw. Elshaw well shepherded now. He can go for 20 or 30 metres, which he should. Sent it long out towards the flank. In front is Watson. Derek Shaw behind the pack hits it out of bounds. And time in favour of Essendon. As long as it goes out, they'll be quite happy as they lead 98 points to 83.
And they're bottling it up very well on that defensive flank as well, Essendon.
Knocked over to the back by Lovell, but it's all Essendon to gather the crumbs. Darren Williams just about best on ground. But his hand pass intercepted. Then he goes in and puts on the tackle. Here's Dennis Banks near the boundary line. Hooks it up towards half-forward flank. And Merritt marks uncontested.
Very, very telling game is Roger Merritt playing in this quarter. Just one kick behind the play. Big, strong and tough. He boots it downfield. Shaw from behind. Punches out wide. Watson, beautiful ball handling. Lovely hand pass to Foles. Foles should give it across, but he kicks it long towards Danaher and kicks it poorly. And it's out of bounds. That was bad, wasteful football by Gary Foles.
On the full, free kick to McCormack. haven't done anything in this last quarter to indicate that they can get back and kick 3 goals and win. They've managed only 3 behinds, the Magpies. Rains does well. Short of half forward, a dive, missed by... kick forward by Essendon up towards full forward, off the hands to Allen. Great tackle by Hanbury. Lucky not to be penalised. Dacos goes back in defence and finds Brown. Bouncing ball at half-back flank. Free kick. Essendon free kick. Or rather, Collingwood free kick and a 15-metre penalty.
Yes, against Van der Haar.
Don't they do that 15 yards well, Essendon? They just, whenever a ball's given in the back half, they always give the 15 yards away. Nothing's done about it.
This is not a good part of the game. Downfield over Richardson's head. Good effort by Banks with those strong hands. Richardson towards Banks. Banks goes down too. Umpire Robertson indicates he'll bounce it.
In this quarter, Essendon 2 straight goals. Collingwood 3 behinds. Comes to the back. Tony Shaw running out of room. Had to give it blindly. Waterson goes back to Shaw. Bit fortunate. Hooks it up, unmarked as Gary Shaw, but the kick doesn't carry, and L Shaw is there. We've got a G Shaw, D Shaw, A Shaw, and L Shaw.
L Shaw and Roger Merritt both doing it very nicely. Just one kick behind the play. Now it goes very long downfield from Cox past Peter McCormack. Awkward bounce for him. Timmy Watson comes in, and McCormack slips and slides, pushes the ball over the line accidentally, and that's a saviour for Essendon. It'll be thrown in on their outer half-forward flank as they kick to the Collingwood stand.
Free kick sorted out. It'll be taken by Dacos. Kicks across the face of goals. Will they never learn? This one may or may not come off. Morwood, you're in trouble. He loses it. It goes to Folds. Oh, great tackling though. Sensational tackle by Rains, but it's still open for Essendon. Through goes Baker and just about seals it. Two goals in the final term to Leon Baker, and now the Magpies need 4 goals to win.
Yes, and one could argue a comedy of errors. I think Dacos probably did the right thing. Poorly executed, but I think the idea was there. They weren't going to score goals playing on the defensive flank. They had to get on the attacking side. But unfortunately, his kick was poor. That led to a chain of tackles, which eventually the ball came free to Baker, and of course, very good skills, no mistake.
This Baker gets better and better. A bad bounce taken by Baker again. Out wide it goes, and chasing it is Eustace and Trevor and Allen. In front is Williams. Williams showing wonderful speeds and ball control, being a magnificent player. Out it goes to Elshaw, playing a good final term. Boots it down in front. Oh, I would have played that to Watson. And there they go, McCormack underneath it all, and Peter McCormack's been a top player all day. He did very well against Salmon. He was off the ground, injured, carried off with a leg injury.
And the Bombers back in attack. Free kick Collingwood's way. Taken quickly by Gary Shaw. Across the half-back line. Here's trouble for Eade. Intercepted by Waterson. He goes for goal with a good kick. By gee, that's close. What a great goal by Waterson. And that's 2 goals in the last minute to Essendon from Collingwood kicks in danger across the half-back line.
Almost as if instruction has gone out to the Collingwood players to hit the attacking side in an effort to win the game. I guess 2 minutes ago they're only about 10 points down, and there is a chance. But in both cases, the idea, I think, right, but the execution poor, mistakes made, and another goal. It's over.
Yes, they were 2 tragic errors. Merritt's been a wonderful player in this last term. Booted down by Elshaw, his 9th kick for the term. Here's another one. Williams, the best player on the Essendon side, hooks it through, and they're raining goals. He's been absolutely brilliant, as Darren Williams. That's his 4th goal for the match. But he's been very, very dangerous in the forward pocket, and in general play has also been an excellent player.
The ball coming out freely, and Williams behind the pack, probably out of position, but on a windy day when the ball can go anywhere, as long as you're running hard at the ball, you've got to be a chance. And certainly he was doing that. He had plenty of space, screwed the ball back very well.
3 goals in 2 minutes, and all of a sudden, Essendon lead by 33 points. Leon Baker. The floodgates have opened. Oh, that's a fine mark. Backing back into trouble, Michael Taylor.
Taylor in trouble as he balks, gets it to Allen. Graham Allen now, the long left footer, sent it very long downfield. Van der Haar in front. Richardson got there first. The brilliant Rains in trouble. Nice punch out there. Oh, good bump that time by Thompson, who's been tough. And there's Mr. Roger Merritt sitting on top of Gary Shaw and saying my free kick. Umpire James says no. Wonderful last turn by Roger Merritt and Tony Elshaw. And I suppose more than anyone, Leon Baker in his final turn with his constructive play up forward. Banks, Gary Shaw swamped. Good decision, umpire James, because they could have easily given the free kick, but it wouldn't have been there. And another bounce. Half-forward flank, Collingwood in attack.
Well, Collingwood had really taken it right up to Hawthorn a fortnight ago until the Hawks got on top late, and the Bombers, the other of the top 2 sides, have done the same. Fumble there by Lovett, taken away by Cox in front of Danaher. Well gathered. A lead by Watson. Good pass. And it's really open slather now. Watson for goal. Nobody back there, and he's missed it this time.
He's enjoying being up forward, Tim.
Yes, he hasn't enjoyed it all day, but I think the ball's coming down so quickly now that anybody'd enjoy being there.
Out wide, Banks the target. He'll be in trouble. He's got 2-1 against him. Watson in the thick of things as usual. Cleverly out towards Hanbury. Hanbury playing against his old club right in front of the stand. And the ball is lost by him and taken over the line by Bruce Abernathy.
Still time for Essendon to bang on a few more. I don't think there's time for a moment for Collingwood to get back into it. They haven't kicked a goal in this last quarter. Taylor from all fours to Gary Shaw. Oh, delightful hand pass to Abernathy going past. Looked a bit awkward on the left hand. Mark Williams caught. The spills come to Carey. Short pass to Watson. Watson onto Elshaw. Elshaw goes for goal and kicks it.
His 10th kick for the quarter.
Collingwood have really fallen away in the last 5 minutes, really not putting the same sort of pressure they were a quarter of an hour ago. And Essendon really responding to that lack of pressure by just running the ball very quickly into the forward line and giving it quickly and getting goals very easily. Carey, a quick short pass. Watson seeing Elshaw running through and onto the left foot through for a very easy goal.
Classy left foot. From Ezard. Allen to Taylor. Taylor's kick is pushed in the back. Was Taylor? The free kick is played downfield. No, it's played back upfield to Michael Taylor, the ex-Norwood captain, who's been second in the best and fairest twice here at Collingwood. Been a wonderful player for them. Out wide, looking there for Jamie Turner. Roger Merritt's in front. That's too much for a small man. And my word, Merritt played a magnificent final term. He's been pretty good all day. Had a great final term. Out to Carey, on to Cox. Cox marks. He's off. And kicks it long downfield. Past Watson it goes. There's Brown, got an opportunity. Bounces awkwardly for him. Watson dives on it. So does Brown. Takes it over the line. Out of bounds. And the match is all over. It's in time on.
And until they kicked those 2 across the face of goals, the margin was only 15 points. And now it's 40. Collingwood free kick. Umpire allows play to go on. Williams bursts out of defence to the wing. Shaw knocks to the back. Banks claims a mark. There's no mark there. Banks. Van der Haar. What a capture by Van der Haar. He was in no position at all. Sensational mark over the top of Knight.
There's not much like it. There's nothing like him when he's in full flight as the Flying Dutchman. Here comes the magical Dacos, who's also got unique skills. Boots it out wide. Michael Richardson will take a free kick. Been a splendid player for Collingwood all day. The advantage rule is played. It's allowed to go on as Rains takes it, and Rains kicks a goal.
And that goal of Rains, the first for the quarter, I think, for Collingwood, really marks one of the problems that Collingwood have had.